So in this question, it is given at a height 4 meter above water level, a radio receiver is installed on a pole in the middle of a calm lake, and its function is to track the signal from satellite which is orbiting the Earth. Now, as the satellite rises above the horizon, intensity of the signals at the receiver varies periodically. So it is maximum when the satellite is 3 degree above the horizon, and then again when the satellite is 6 degree above the horizon. So what is the wavelength of the satellite signals closest to? So we have to get the approximate answer. Now see, first of all, let's analyze this situation. There is a pole of height 4 meter on the middle of a calm lake. So let's just draw the diagram first. Now this has some receiver. Suppose here it has some receiver which is attached to it. Now this receiver is receiving signals from satellite which is orbiting the Earth. So what do we mean by the maximum strength of signal? So here when we say intensity of the signals at the receiver varies periodically, it is maximum when satellite is at 3 degree and then again at 6 degree. So that means intensity is varying periodically and it is maximum. That means there must be two waves which must be interfering, and sometimes it must be forming maxima and then minima and then again maxima. So first of all we have to identify those two waves that are interfering and forming the maxima, and then we have to find the path difference and so on. Now satellite is very far away, assuming very far away from this pole, and what are the two waves that must be coming? One of the wave must be coming directly from the satellite to this receiver. So something like this. And since this pole is on a calm lake, so that means one of the wave must be coming to the water, then reflecting and then going to the receiver. So those two waves must be interfering. Now we cannot assume that satellite is a point source which is radiating the light in radial direction. This satellite is very far away and it is above the horizon at 3 degree. We can assume that rays are almost parallel. So if we remove the satellite here, just drawing the rays from the satellite, that's more convenient to draw. So rays are coming parallelly. So one of the rays must be coming like this, reflecting from this water and then going to the receiver. So these are the two waves. This is the wave 1 and this is the wave 2, which must be coming and interfering at this point. And here we are getting maxima. And this angle probably from the horizon, suppose this is the horizon, if we say the horizontal level, so this angle is theta and satellite is somewhere here, whatever. So basically when the angle is 3 degree we are getting a maxima, and when the satellite rotates and when the angle becomes 6 degree again we are getting maxima. Now so this is one of the waves which is coming directly from the satellite, and the other must be parallel to this, and it is reflecting from the river or the lake and then it is coming back here. So it should be something like this. It's coming here, the rays are parallel because satellite is at very far away place, and then it is reflecting and going like this. So this angle will be theta, and so as this angle will also be theta. Angle of incidence is angle of reflection, using that. Now this is theta, alternate angle, this will be theta, and this ray, the ray 1 is also coming at an angle theta. So this and this are alternate angles, so this is again angle theta. So this is the diagram we have. So now if we draw a line here, so this thing, this length, say this length, this was 4 meters, so this is also 4 meter, and if you see this triangle, both angles are theta, it is 90 degree, so this side will also be 4 meter, so this total length is 8. Now this part of the path and this path of the second path, one of the rays is coming from top, other is coming from bottom, reflecting from the lake and then coming here to the receiver. So these parts are identical, so there is no path difference here. Now only path difference that's being created here is if we draw a perpendicular here, this one, so this is 90 and this is 90. So this is the part. This is the extra path difference in two rays. So let's find the path difference for suppose theta is 3 degree. So in this triangle this side is 8, and if this is theta, this angle between horizontal and this line is theta, this is vertical and this line is perpendicular to this, so this angle will also be theta. So the path difference that we have marked here, that will be 8 sine theta. So delta x will be equal to 8 sine theta, and since it is a reflection from a denser medium, so this will have an additional path change of lambda by 2. So this is the path difference if the angle is theta, 8 sine theta plus lambda by 2. So when theta was 3 degree, so we had path difference delta x is equal to 8 sine theta plus lambda by 2, and this must have been is equal to n lambda, the condition for maxima, because it has given that when the theta was 3 degree we are getting a maxima. Now when theta is 6 degree, now the new path difference would be 8 sine 6 degree plus lambda by 2. In the previous case it was 8 sine theta, that means 8 sine 3 degree. Now we have 8 sine 6 degree plus lambda by 2, and since it is the next maxima, so if that was n lambda, this must have been n plus 1 lambda. So this is also a multiple of lambda for it to be a maxima, and we are writing n plus 1 because for 3 degree it was a maxima n lambda. So this is the next maxima, that's why we are writing n plus 1 lambda. So these are the two path differences. So that means difference between these two path differences. So the difference between these two path difference must be lambda. If you see here, this was n lambda and this is n plus 1 lambda. So difference between them is lambda. So that means delta x and delta x dash difference is lambda. So we have delta x dash minus delta x should be equal to lambda. So if we minus this, lambda by 2 gets cancelled. So we have 8 sine 6 degree minus 8 sine 3 degree should be equal to lambda, and we have to find lambda. So the value of lambda is approximately 8. Sine 6 degree is nothing but sine 6 pi by 180 minus sine 3 pi by 180, and if the angles are small we can take sine of theta is approximately equal to theta if theta is very small. So we have 8 into 6 pi by 180 minus 3 pi by 180, lambda is equal to 8 into 6 pi, that means this is nothing but 8 into 3 pi by 180. This is approximately equal to 42 centimeters. If we multiply by 100, so we get around 42 centimeters. This is our answer.